Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And regular viewers will be aware that I have been pursuing the case of Alison Bailey. She is the barrister, and she is suing both her chambers and Stonewall for alleging bigotry and making difficult working life over her views on transgender people. Now, the court case has been going on. I brought a video yesterday in which we looked at the ridiculous case of a Stonewall witness, the head of trans inclusivity, and we found out that he looked exactly like you expected him to look. And he couldn't take to the stand until he had his mummy and his doggy. Well, today he has taken to the stand and he's opened his mouth. Now, yesterday we just thought him a bit of a soy boy and a bit of an idiot. Today, all doubt has been removed. Let's have a look at this article. And honestly, how these people function, I have no idea. Here we go. This headline made me laugh. I've got to be honest. For anyone to go through their life and actually believe it, I don't think he believes it. Because if he does go through his life believing it, then he isn't even a moron. Animals know more about this than he does. He's an idiot. He's a fool. And he should be locked up in an asylum or care home for the mentally deranged, or those who don't have the intelligence to operate a shoe. Or he doesn't actually believe it and he's just spouting an agenda-driven pile of old crap. We know which is more likely to be true, don't we? Anyway, here we go. Unbelievable, isn't it? These people. So this is Kieran Medcalf. He's the one that goes, "Oh, I've got to have my mummy and my fur baby because I'm a grown man and I can blah 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 blah." So he's up in there today. "We are not inherently male or female. Stonewall campaigner sparks storm by saying bodies are just bodies in discrimination case against charity." Now, we are kind of inherently male and female. There's a couple of little things, that you can tell the difference between male and female. There's sexual dimorphism, the way that men and women don't look like each other because men tend to be bigger, have more muscles, have, larger bodies, facial hair, smaller breasts, squarer buttocks, squarer chins, manly hands, an Adam's apple, that sort of thing. So there's sexual dimorphism. Then there's internal physiology. Things that men have that women don't have. A prostate, external testicles, a penis. Things that women have that men don't have. Ovaries, fallopian tubes, a cervix. Then there's other differences. There's chemical differences, biochemical differences. Genetic differences, protein differences, psychological differences, philosophical differences, one could say. There's experiential differences. There's life lived differences. There's many differences. We know this to be true. We know this is true. We all see it. We all notice it. We like those differences. Most people like the differences. Most people, 97% is it, like the differences. Some don't. Some like to be with their own kind. Gay men, lesbian women. For them, they still notice the difference. And the reason they notice the difference is because they look at the difference and they say, that's not for me. Now this is Stonewall, who's sitting there saying there's no difference between male and female. This is Stonewall's defence. Stonewall, who was set up to defend the rights of gay people. Now think this through. This is the ultimate stupidity, but this is the sort of thing that happens when you put very, very stupid people in authority. He's saying we're not inherently male or female. If that was true, all those gay men would be quite happy going with women, because there's no difference between male and female. And hey, all those lesbians would be hanging out with the guys, because there's no inherent difference between male and female. So what this guy is saying, what this Stonewall employee is saying is, hey, everything Stonewall stands for is rubbish. Because the one thing that gay men and lesbian women and straight people can all agree on is that there is massive inherent differences between men and women. He's a lunatic. Anyway, that I found funny. The moment I read it, I thought to myself, this guy lives in the confines of his own mind, and it's like a tiny, tiny cell. Probably not enough room to sleep in. I mean, come on. Anyway, we'll read the piece. It is amusing because you're thinking, how does he function as a human being? Head of Trans Inclusion at Stonewall, Kieran Metcalf, 24. I'm surprised he managed to get to 24, being that stupid. He'd have done something really stupid and not made it, I would have thought. Said in court on Tuesday that there is no such differences. The differences between male and female. Barrister Alison Bailey is suing her chambers for their complete lack of sympathy as she faced aggression from trans activists. The case sparked a Twitter storm on the spread of Stonewall's stance on transgender issues in schools, universities, councils and private companies. Mr. Metcalf had his mother, a support person and a dog present when he gave evidence in court. Just let that hang there for a minute and we'll move on. As an executive in the LGBT group, he says, humans are not naturally male or female. I beg to differ, and so does 3.5 billion years of evolution. You sad non-entity. You ignoramus of fantastic proportions. The claim by the charity's trans inclusion chief moron, comes amid a heated public debate over men and women's birth sex versus their chosen gender. You can't choose your gender is set. You can only act like a different gender. You can't change it. You can't change your sex. You can only act like a different sex. Stonewall's Kieran Metcalf, 24. I'm sure, actually, they keep saying 24. I'm not sure. Is that age or IQ? He made the comments during a discrimination case brought by a lesbian barrister against her chambers and the charity. Mr. Metcalf told the Employment Tribunal hearing, bodies are not inherently male or female. They are just bodies. Yeah, well, we've already covered that, idiot. The barrister Alison Bailey, a friend of Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, is suing her chambers Garden Court, claiming her work and income was curbed for criticising the policies of Stonewall, which was advising it. Now, we've covered the reason behind and all this. So I'm not going to go over the case notes again. We've done that several times. But the interesting thing here is... Oh, there he is. We've done the picture yesterday. There's Kieran. And he says there's no difference between men and women. And there's no difference between male and female. And your bodies are just bodies. If that's the case, why are you dressing like that? Why are you wearing your hair like that? Is it because you are full of shit? That'll be it. Moron. So I'll come up. It was a short piece. I just wanted to show you that. Now I hope he faces cancelling. I hope all the gay and lesbian members who are Stonewall members turn on him because they're being cancelled by him. The trans lobby of which he represents is now cancelling gay and lesbian people and saying that, hey, you're not gay and lesbian because there's no such thing as male and female. You don't exist. Only trans people exist because we are free to move between the bodies of which there's no difference. You can't be gay He's saying you can't be gay because you find men attractive, because men and women are the same. He needs to be cancelled by the Gay and Lesbian law. I'd love to see that. Wouldn't that be funny? If the head of trans inclusion of Stonewall was cancelled by Stonewall for being anti-gay and anti-lesbian. Finally, gays, straights and lesbians all unite under one umbrella. Make it a multicoloured umbrella, I don't care. Because we're cancelling the trans because they're mentally ill. It's a joke, moron. What a he's just handed the case to her. I love it when shit like that happens. When shit goes down, baby. Anyway, I'm rounding off here. It's been a good afternoon, this one. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.